So this is the Hall of Benevolence and Longevity. These men are doing something interesting. They're writing in Chinese script, I think a flowing script. No idea what it says, no idea if they're reproducing it, but it's just fascinating that they're doing this. This man, I don't know what he's writing, but he stopped to talk to me in English and tell me that Americans are a good friend of Chinese. That's interesting. And I told him, we appreciate that. And I appreciate that. It's interesting, these are specific Chinese symbols. The man I was speaking with, what he's writing, he's not even looking at. That's the tower that I had visited earlier this morning, and the building that I was in, and beyond it to the right. And what I'll do now is walk from here around to the right, around the lake, until I encounter those large boats there that are going over to the island. How funny if all of a sudden some guy on water skis. Oh well. I'm at still another temple hall complex, and but I did discover this old painting on the wall here above a door. There's a little Ken Burns on it. As I pan around here just to do it, hear the Yanni type music, or the other fellow that plays the flute. He plays some of this music. This is piped into many of the places around here, apparently just to create an ambience, which is an irony since they allow those guides to blast their voices to shatter any kind of pleasant ambience that might be created. This one kind of faded out, reminds me of the karst mountains of Yangshuo, although I haven't been there yet. Although it looks like there's water down below, so I don't know what the context would be, although that certainly would be appropriate for the Yangshuo area also. It's badly faded out, but what it is a mountain scene with trees that are blown slightly askew from probably the winds. Here a hanging finial, a square. And alongside the wall, probably in stone with stone frames for calligraphy, and maybe even some drawings or paintings. But pretty much as though we took a famous saying, put it in print form, and put it on the wall. This would have been something done in those days. All these rooms appear to be filled with furniture, vases, clocks that are in display cases. This is probably, if nothing else, simply a repository for that kind of thing. Where it came from was anybody's guess, since all of this was destroyed at some point in time and then rebuilt. But maybe it's all from the period after it was rebuilt. Here's a pretty little stand with a flower illustration on it. Notice these either sleeping or sitting lounges or both. An interesting wall treatment. Different design hole, what one might call windows, in this wall, looking out from this complex out onto the lake. There, the wall of windows. You wonder if there's was any purpose to the designs. There was a choice of shapes for those windows. This window has not only a unique design, but then it has some kind of detail down below. The strategy on these guys is to keep the mob moving, the herd behind you moving, keep a constant bit of patter so they'll think they're getting something for it. This walkway separates a walking area alongside the lake from this inner area, equally but differently pretty. And they're a unique collection of ducks of some sort. Just another interesting little building on the long walkway down. These bridges seem to be very, very pretty. Some are extraordinarily so, and famed for it. So I first entered the Tower of Incense from the top, and now I'm entering the complex from below. And these two watery squares, this one and the one behind me, of which this is a bridge I'm crossing over, may again be an allusion to a moat as part of the structure of temple building complexes. A simple bridge design, what looks like the dragon head icon. Presumably these pedestals all held some kind of a brass offering vessel or something else. What an impressive complex this is, even if you have no sense of the religion. Again, that attention to detail and the constant maintenance. Here's this continuous walking arcade makes a gentle curve, and then another curve, like a long S curve. I think these rock displays, which are impressive looking, but I know I saw a business on the way back from Jinshanlong Great Wall that specialized in interesting rocks and huge ones, as well as this size. But they are interesting rock form.